welcome back. Thanks for watching part one. Obviously you did, otherwise you wouldn't be at part two. So thank you, I appreciate that. My name's Matt and I have no idea what... So, coming back to this, enjoyed that first cup of coffee. The Shark Bite, which is the spiced buttered rum, definitely would recommend you try that. If you want to get into the idea of having different flavors in your coffee without adding sweetener or anything like that, but you don't want to jump into something that tastes like a key lime pie because that seems very extreme for you for the first time, I would definitely suggest the Shark Bite. It is subtle, but it tastes really good. I would recommend getting a sample 5-pack because they're only 4 ounces. They're not that expensive. I'll flash that price up here on the screen, but they're not that expensive. But they are gourmet coffee. So if you go, to like Kroger or you go to Meijer or you go to your local grocery store and they have a coffee aisle and you'll walk by them and you'll see there's the McDonald's flavored ones. McDonald's has a really good winter cinnamon bagged coffee that I really like. But you'll go down and you'll see your Crimson Cup. Your Crimson Cup will be a little bit more expensive, and then you go down and then you see your Dunkin' Donuts, and they're not as expensive, but these are a little bit higher priced coffees. So if you've gotten to the point where you've tried everything at your local store and you're like, I want to branch out, I want to try something new, I want to try something different, which is excellent. That's definitely the mindset to have is, I like this, but I want to try something more. Definitely get a sample pack. Get a 5 sample pack from Bones, and you can just go and you can just pick out 5 different types. And I would definitely recommend you start with the Shark Bite. Anyway, now we're talking French toast, French buttered toast. I'm excited. I'm excited about all of these, but this one, I bought it and I'm like, well, this is gonna be like French toast. And then I looked up the description again before we started the video and it just said buttered toast. And I'm like, that's not French, that's just buttered toast. But I love buttered toast. So maybe this is something you would want to eat with a piece of buttered toast in the morning. So let's do our French toast up now. I have, like I did in the previous one, like I did with all of these, I have not opened the bag yet. This is the first time I have opened the bag. Strength of none. And we're going to open this up. I'm going to give it a smell. I am so excited. I'm excited about all of this. I would like to be able to open the bag, please. It didn't peel the right way. Probably half my fault. I will say these are all resealable bags, so you can reseal them pretty easily. I've not had any come unglued and stay together, so these bags are made very well. All right, so French toast, medium roast. Again, these are 4 ounces, 4-ounce packs. They are small batch, but this is the medium roast French toast. That smells like French toast. Wow. You have to sit back and you have to marvel at what people with a lot of ingenuity can do. How they come up with this stuff. And now there's even, you want to let it hit the air for a little bit. And as this goes on and on and on, there's more cinnamon coming through. This smells so good. It's cinnamon. You're not going to be able to taste the toast or the butter, and you don't really smell toast unless it's cooking, and you don't really smell butter unless you've burnt it. So, it's going to be a flavor thing. But yeah, there's definitely some really nice cinnamon pops in there. All right, I've washed these out. We're going to reapply. This is always the fun part. Generally, like I had said before, I fill this up a little bit more with a little bit more coffee, and then I probably fill this up twice to fill up these mugs, because if I like a coffee, I'm gonna drink a lot of it. So I probably shouldn't, but I'm going to. So again, here's this 7-ounce coffee, or 7 grams coffee scoop that I've washed out. I'm gonna do the 7 grams here. Maybe I'll hold it up here. You can kind of see that pretty medium roast. Isn't that nice? Pretty happy little trees. It's not like you want to eat it, but it does smell very nice. So I'm gonna put it in here, and I'm gonna show you how much coffee is in there. I don't know if you can really see, but there's it covers it covers the paper. But like I said, I would probably put twice that amount in here if I were having a big full cup of coffee. Especially with how delicious these Bones coffees are. Put that back up. All right. Let's wet it. We'll wet the coffee grounds to bloom them up a little bit. Because I have found that the blooming thing is a thing. So you just kind of let it sit, let it drip a little bit, let it kind of sit and absorb. And you can do your 30 seconds. I tend to go 15 seconds, and that's good enough because I'm not really a palate person. I love pizza rolls, for crying out loud, and I'm sure a lot of people would be like, that's disgusting. And I'm gonna take my stir, I'm gonna give it a little stir that I washed off. Even more cinnamon coming through. It's really funny because you can almost, your mind plays tricks on you when you read something. And you're not skeptical about it immediately when you just accept it wholeheartedly. Yes, this is going to be French toast. You're just I can smell toast. Or I'm having a stroke. I can't tell which. But, no, I can pretty much tell which, I think. Can you? Probably not. So let's press it on through here. You can see the color is not much different. There we go. Get her down to hissing. Creates a really nice seal. Hissing right on through. Okay. What do we got? French toast. It's just like in the coffee itself. You can smell the cinnamon really prominently. The toast was because the steam coming up off of the coffee grounds kind of augmented the flavor a little bit up in your nose. So let's see what we got here. Not bad. I taste cinnamon, but I don't get the toast part. I'm not exactly, I guess I really don't know exactly how to grade this kind of a thing. I enjoy it, so that's why I'm trying this out. It's something that I like to do, and I think that if you like to do something and you're creative, I'm not saying that I'm creative, I'm just saying that I like to do something and I have a camera. You just want to try out different things. And I love coffee, and I love weird, different coffees and drinks. And, I love going to an Asian market and just picking out the weird teas and, in cans. I had an addiction for about 2 years. There was this tea that was imported, and they were still doing pull tabs on it instead of just the little tabs that kind of fold in and fold out to pop the top. They were full pull tabs on this tea can, the can of tea, and it was hibiscus tea, but it tasted so good and so sweet, and it was the only place I could find it was a Japanese market, and then they changed it. They changed it. It was no longer a pull tab. It was all one of those flip tabs, and it didn't taste different really. But they made the cans shorter because they used to be tall boys, tall cans, and then they made the cans shorter, and then they charged the same amount for the same amount of cans in the bag, and I'm just okay. Well, plus the fact that they were so loaded with sugar, I'm pretty sure that's why. Pretty sure it took several years off of my life drinking it that much. But it was really good. It was really good stuff. Swinging back to the reason I'm talking about that, I don't have like a classically trained palate. So, I can tell you what I taste, and I'm sure that there are people out there that can detect subtle notes of, sawdust. And you should definitely follow those people because I'm sure it's very entertaining to watch them do their thing. But me, I just, I'm giving you what I taste, and if you presented this to me as just a cup of coffee, here, try this. What do you think? I'm like, ooh, that cinnamon's really nice. The roast is really great. It's roasted perfectly. All of these are roasted perfectly. I guess I'm making assumptions with the other three that I have, but all of the ones that I've had so far from Bones Coffee Company have been roasted perfectly. I was so sad when I got through my key lime bag. And I'm like, well, I got to order another 5 sample pack if I want to do this again, but I really want to order a big, huge pound bag of key paradise pie, which is the key lime pie one. But I'm like, I'll do this first, and then we'll order a big bag of that. But anyway, if you handed this to me and says, "What do you think?" I would say that cinnamon tastes great. That roast tastes amazing. I would not get French toast, but then again, everybody's vision is different, and it just says buttered toast, and then it has the picture of a dead person holding a stack of French toast on the bag. So, they're trying to, I don't know if they're trying to present you with, hey, this is supposed to taste a little bit like a piece of French toast, or if this is just supposed to be an interpretation, which is here's cinnamon and here's coffee, and our interpretation of French toast in a coffee form is this. It's like getting into music genres, and then you get into subgenres of subgenres, and you're like, suddenly you're listening to Dolly Parton do a Nine Inch Nails song. So, it's kind of the depth that we may have hit here, but yeah, that's really good. I really like that. But much like on the opposite spectrum is that key lime pie that I had in the last review that I did. That key lime pie had every tier of key lime pie plus coffee in it. You could taste the key lime. You could taste the cream on top of the key lime. You could taste the pie crust. Those are the layers plus the coffee that you could just get from that cup of coffee. I don't get toast. I don't get buttered toast. I get a delicious hit of cinnamon and great tasting coffee. So that's kind of what I'm going with here. My baseline is something that tastes like exactly what you just described to me as being on the box. This is not exactly in my mouth, my palate, is not exactly what it says on the packet, but that does not mean that it is bad. I like it. I like it a lot. I think it's delicious. And if you like a cinnamon coffee, give French toast a try. I recommend it. I would recommend it because it tastes good. Not because it's not exactly what it says it is, but because it tastes good. So give it a try. And we'll see you in the next video. Thanks.